Realignment. Pac-12's got an issue all of a sudden. The Pac-12 has now gone public and said, we're going to add more teams almost immediately. And the Pac-12 is under a lot of pressure to take Air Force Academy just because of its credibility and its global interest, because there's so many commissioned Air Force people that came out of Colorado Springs. So some pressure points there. There's pressure points that you should take Nevada, Las Vegas. And there's a big issue there because the state legislature funds both Nevada, Reno and Nevada, Las Vegas, and they think those two schools have to be linked. Nobody wants Nevada, Reno. That's more 1AA than it's Division I.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Vegas brings to the table. I mean, fans don't go see their college football games, even though they're 3-0 this year. And basketball, it's a long time ago, Jerry Tarkanian. So I don't know what Vegas brings. And, is it a big TV market? I don't think it's a great TV market because everybody's going to Vegas is going in to play the casinos and go to dinner and go to theater plays. They're not going to see Rebel sports. So there's a push there. Please explain to me, because I think this is going to happen. This makes no sense to me. Why the hell are they pursuing Memphis and Tulane, the Pac-12? I mean, that's where we are with that situation. Now, you got the AAC. That's the American Athletic Conference. AAC has already met with Air Force Academy, and they're trying to get them to come join the AAC. That's the one that has SMU, University of Houston, all that. But the hook is Army and Navy are already in that conference. So they want Air Force to come and make it a 3-military conference, which would, I guess, be kind of a cool emotional hook for the Air Force Academy. So the Pac-12's got a problem if Air Force winds up going to the AAC. There's been an awful lot of conversation about the Atlantic Coast Conference and the lawsuits, Florida State and Clemson. Well, things change because you're facing a court order. ACC this week has met with Florida State and Clemson and talking about a restructuring of the media share money that's paid. Florida State, Clemson are part of a conference that signed a 20-year TV deal. When they first signed it, it was a state-of-the-art financial media rights deal for everybody in the conference, from Virginia to Wake Forest and all those people. Well, now they've been left behind because everybody else has poured more money, and all these other conferences have the mega deals. Florida State, Clemson say, what you forced us to go into, coerced us to sign a 20-year deal, is killing us financially. They're threatening, they're trying to get out of that media rights deal. ACC met this week, and they have now proposed changes in the payoff, offering bonus payments to Florida State, Clemson, or any other school that gets nationally ranked, gets into the playoffs, gets big TV ratings, or does well in bowl games. They would give them bonus money on top of the regular rights fee they're getting. And suddenly, Florida State and Clemson say, okay, we'll talk about that. ACC schools get $44 million per school right now in their media deal, but that's locked in for 20 years. Across the street, Southeastern Conference schools get 60. So now they're proposing we can maybe work out bonus things. If you guys do really well, you get in the top 5 in the rankings, you get a bonus. You get in the playoffs, you're obviously going to get a big payday. You'll get a bonus on top of that. If you're nationally ranked, if you get TV ratings that are in upper echelon, we'll give you bonus money. So suddenly, Florida State and Clemson said, okay, we'll review that. And the last one is the Mountain West. If they lose Air Force after having lost the top 4 flagship schools, what happens to the Mountain West? There's a move afoot. The Mountain West should look at Montana State to come in as a tandem. It makes sense because they're both really good 1AA programs in the Big Sky. The problem is, I don't think either one of those schools financially can cope with going from 65 scholarships where they are right now to 85. That's a huge financial investment for schools that have this amount of money in the box. So it sounds good to get 2 really good Big Sky 1AA powers in your conference, because that's where Boise came from, and that's where Nevada, Reno came from. But at the end of the day, I don't know that Montana State can afford to fund. And again, this is Title IX stuff. If you take football scholarships, go from 65 to 85, you're going to match that amount of money for women's sports at Montana State. So it's a very complex situation right now. So that's the update on the conferences. You think Vegas brings anything to the table? You think Air Force to the Pac-12 makes sense. Why the hell do you want it? You're going to go see Memphis and Tulane in the Pac-12? John, go ahead.
Well, Memphis makes some sense. Their basketball program's been good. Their football program's been one of the top ones in the group of 5, but not Tulane. I mean, Tulane is like a minor league organization over there. Now, Air Force I want to talk about for a minute, because it is interesting going to the American Athletic Conference and having all the military schools there together. But if you were to look at Army, Navy, Air Force, which of the 3 has the most prestigious sports program?
I would probably say Air Force. Air Force football's been really good. Odd bad year. Troy Calhoun's having a tough year this year, but I think Air Force. Army's been way down in football. Navy, of course, had David Robinson. Navy football has been decent, and of course had David Robinson as kind of a unique athlete. But I'd say the Air Force Academy. But at the end of the day, all the people that have come through Annapolis, West Point, and gone to Colorado Springs, I mean, that's a global following. To me, that makes great sense to have them as a conference member. Hell, the Pac-12, I wouldn't mind having those 3 military schools because there's a credibility, is that the correct term, as to what these institutions mean to their alum, and they have a global following.
Interesting. I mean, it's always weird when the Aztecs play Air Force, because, you always wonder if they're diminished or limited in what they can do as a program. But on top of it, it's at elevation. I mean, we were hoping to get out of elevation by getting out of the Mountain West, and that's the second highest, 7,700 feet or something, so it's an interesting topic. It makes sense probably from the Pac-12 perspective, but you look at the Mountain West, Montana State, that just makes them more of a junior varsity conference.
But that's who they are. You are what you are.
You are what your record says you are. Yeah. So to me, this is just all fascinating, the way that the shells are moving around. The ACC, remember, it used to be that was just the ultimate conference for basketball.
Sure.
And they've fallen a lot. So when you say they're getting, what was it, 44 million, that's just football only, right?
No, that's for the whole media package, just football and basketball.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the guy in the other street corner, Southeastern Conference, Alabama and the boys, they get $60 million per school in media rights money.
Show me the money. Yeah. It's like these NFL quarterbacks all wanting to one up because the guy next to him is making more money.
Oh, you just want to buy your ticket to go see a game at Tulane. I know your shtick. Okay, that's the latest on college athletics.